You can change your entire life in 7 days. Not because the world around you will change, but because you will. Most people wait for miracles. The Stoic creates them through mastery of the self. In 7 days, you could look the same. You could speak the same. But the way you carry yourself, the silence behind your words, the calm in your eyes, that's what they won't recognize. Because true transformation isn't external. It's invisible power. It's the discipline to act with reason when emotion burns inside you. It's the ability to walk through chaos and remain unshaken. That is the Stoic transformation. And if you live these next 7 days with intention, you'll awaken something that can never sleep again. Before we begin, if you're ready to stop chasing motivation and start building mastery, if you want strength that cannot be shaken by circumstance, then subscribe and walk with us. Because here, we don't follow trends, we follow truth, and truth begins with discipline. Rule 1. Command the morning before it commands you. Every morning is a battlefield. The weak wake up reacting. The strong wake up preparing. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I am rising to do the work of a human being." You cannot master the day if you lose the first hour. Don't check your phone. Don't chase noise. Sit in silence and remind yourself who you are and what you stand for. The first 10 minutes of your morning decide the next 10 hours of your life. When you start your day with gratitude and purpose, you control the rhythm of reality. When you start with distraction, reality controls you. Make it a ritual. Wake early, breathe deeply, visualize your duty, move your body, strengthen your mind. Don't wait for motivation. Build momentum through motion. The Stoic morning is sacred because it's where the mind learns to obey reason before the world demands reaction. If you win the morning, you win the day. If you win 7 mornings in a row, you become unrecognizable. Rule 2. Detach from distraction. Your attention is the currency of your soul. Whatever owns it, owns you. Seneca warned, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." You are not tired, you are scattered. Distraction has turned your mind into an open market, and every meaningless thought is shouting for a price. The Stoic knows that peace doesn't come from isolation, it comes from focus. Silence your environment, simplify your space. Turn your attention into a weapon. When you sit with no noise, you start hearing the truth you've been running from. Most people fear boredom because silence reveals them to themselves. But silence is the Stoic's training ground. For 7 days, reduce what competes for your mind. No endless scrolling, no gossip, no mental junk. Every moment you reclaim from distraction becomes strength. Because focus is freedom. When the world tries to drag you into chaos, respond with stillness. That's how you become untouchable. Rule 3. Do what is hard on purpose. Comfort is the slowest form of death. Marcus Aurelius could have lived in luxury. Instead, he trained in hardship. He reminded himself daily that ease weakens and challenge renews. He wrote, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." Stop searching for the easy path. There isn't one worth walking. Every time you choose difficulty voluntarily, you gain strength. Cold showers, early mornings, physical exertion, mental stillness. Doing what you don't feel like doing builds a mind that no longer negotiates with weakness. The purpose isn't pain, it's preparation. The Stoic doesn't seek struggle for its own sake, but because he knows the man who conquers himself daily cannot be conquered by anything else. For 7 days, do something hard every day, something that pushes your limits, that reminds you you're still alive. By day 7, your body will still be sore, but your spirit will stand taller. Rule 4. Observe before you react. The untrained man lives like a spark. Every touch ignites him. The Stoic lives like stone, untouched by fire. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Between stimulus and response lies a space. That space is your strength. Every time you pause before responding, you expand that strength. Don't rush to speak. Don't rush to argue. Don't rush to judge. The Stoic doesn't suppress emotion. He studies it. When anger rises, observe it. When fear whispers, watch it. When pride inflates, deflate it with awareness. You can't control the world, but you can always control your interpretation of it, and that interpretation decides whether you remain a prisoner or become a philosopher. For 7 days, practice restraint. Let insults pass through you. Let noise remain noise. Let stillness be your answer. The man who doesn't react rules himself, and the man who rules himself commands respect without demanding it. Rule 5. Speak less, mean more. Words are powerful when they're rare. Weak men talk to be heard. Wise men speak to create impact. Seneca wrote, "Speech is to be confined to necessity. Your voice loses weight when it's wasted for 7 days. Speak with purpose only. If your words don't build, instruct, or heal, remain silent." Observe how silence strengthens your presence. People start to listen when they feel your words are chosen, not spilled. When everyone reacts, respond. When everyone talks, think. When everyone argues, observe. Because the Stoic understands, silence is not emptiness, it's energy under control. The one who commands silence commands respect. Speak with precision, not volume. Speak with reason, not impulse. And when you finally speak, let your words cut through noise like a blade through fog. Rule 6. Master emotion before emotion. Masters you emotion is energy uncontrolled. It destroys you. Disciplined, it drives you. Epictetus taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself." The Stoic is not emotionless. He simply refuses to be enslaved by feeling. When anger rises, he asks, "Is this useful?" When fear whispers, he asks, "Is this true?" When sadness visits, he asks, "Is this permanent?" You cannot stop emotions from arising, but you can stop them from commanding you. Your feelings are like the weather. They change. But you are the sky, vast, steady, unaffected for 7 days. Practice watching emotions without obeying them. When you feel anger, pause. When you feel fear, breathe. When you feel doubt, act anyway. You'll realize that emotional control isn't suppression, it's sovereignty. When your mind remains still while emotions roar, people will feel something different about you. They won't know what changed, but they'll sense the power of a man who commands his inner world. That's the quiet strength no one recognizes, yet everyone respects Rule 7. Accept fate, but never surrender. Will the Stoics called it amor fati, the love of fate. It means not just accepting what happens, but embracing it as fuel for growth. Marcus Aurelius said, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything thrown into it." That's what life is, a series of events you cannot control, testing the one thing you can: your response. The weak fight what they can't change. The strong adapt and advance. Acceptance is not surrender, it's strategy. Because when you stop wasting energy resisting reality, you free that energy to respond with power. For 7 days, treat every obstacle as a gift, every delay as training, every disappointment as guidance. Say to yourself, "This too was meant for me," not because it feels good, but because it gives meaning to what you can't escape. The Stoic doesn't chase a perfect life. He perfects the way he lives life as it comes. When you embrace fate, you stop being a victim of circumstance and become an architect of destiny.
Rule 8. Guard your energy like a fortress. Not everyone deserves access to your mind. Not every problem deserves your reaction. You are responsible for protecting your peace as fiercely as a king guards his crown. Marcus Aurelius warned, "The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say or do, only what you do." For 7 days, protect your energy from leaks. Don't argue with fools. Don't explain yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. Don't drain your mind over things that won't matter in a week. Energy is life, and most people give theirs away to noise. Conserve it, direct it, invest it in things that make you stronger, calmer, wiser. Your peace is your responsibility. When you stop wasting energy, you'll notice something. Your presence becomes heavier, more grounded, more powerful. Because the man who guards his peace radiates strength others can't define. That's why, after 7 days of energy discipline, people won't recognize you, but they'll feel the difference the moment you enter a room. Rule 9, serve a purpose, greater than yourself. Without purpose, discipline is slavery. With purpose, discipline becomes devotion. Seneca said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." Most people live for comfort, recognition, and approval, but the Stoic lives for contribution. He doesn't ask, "What can I get?" He asks, "What can I give?" Purpose is not found. It's created by aligning your actions with your values. For 7 days, focus not on what you want from the world, but on what you can add to it. Give your effort meaning. Turn your work into service. Turn your discipline into example. When you live for something higher than comfort, your struggles become sacred. You don't burn out when your fire is for others. You burn brighter. Because purpose doesn't drain you, it directs you. The Stoic doesn't seek praise, he seeks usefulness. And the man who serves something greater than himself becomes something greater than he imagined. Rule 10. Live as the example, not the lecture. Talk less about your principles, live them. The Stoic never preached what he did not practice. His silence carried more weight than 1,000 speeches. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." People don't need your advice, they need your embodiment. They don't believe your words, they believe your discipline. For 7 days, live your philosophy as if the world were watching. Not for pride, but for proof. Be calm in conflict. Be humble in success. Be steady in uncertainty. Be kind in strength. Because the highest form of influence is example. When others see your composure in chaos, your peace in pain, your reason in anger, they will not recognize you, and they will wonder what changed. But you'll know, it wasn't a secret method. It wasn't luck. It was stoicism. Lived, not learned. 7 days. That's all it takes to remind yourself who you are beneath distraction, comfort, and chaos. In 7 days, you won't look different, but your eyes will tell another story. The story of a man who commands his mornings, who chooses reason over impulse, discipline over desire, virtue over vanity. A man who acts with calm when others lose control, who lives by principle, not emotion, who accepts fate without losing will. That is what Stoicism creates. A mind the world cannot shake, a spirit the noise cannot break, and a soul that no longer negotiates with weakness. So live these 10 rules, practice them daily, and by the end of the week, you will not need to prove you've changed. The world will see it. Because transformation is not about becoming someone new, it's about becoming who you were meant to be, disciplined, grounded, unshakable. If this message spoke to you, don't let it fade. Save it. Watch it again tomorrow morning and share it with someone who's ready to rise above comfort, because the Stoic doesn't wait for change, he becomes it. Subscribe to join this circle of calm strength, where men build silence into power, discipline into peace, and hardship into